Hello, I'm jack.shilley, and today we've got a brand new episode in a totally new series. This series is going to focus specifically on one plant episodes, today starting with chilies. The chilies that we sowed way back in January and February have now germinated. They've been in the warm greenhouse for a while now, and it's now just about the right temperature to plant them outside, so that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Right, so we're here on our vegetable patch today to plant out the chilies, as we mentioned at the start. Now this bed here was very poor condition. It's got this conifer hedge behind it, so we've really enriched it we've given it a load of manure, we've mixed compost in and organic chicken manure pellets as well. So we're going to be planting our chilies in a row along here, which is next to the peas behind me, and hopefully we'll get a crop from them later on this year. Now the chilies themselves are relatively easy to plant. I mean, it's quite a simple method. You don't have to do anything special or stake them or anything at this stage. Really, all you need to do is make sure your site is weed free. So remove any large clumps of soil that you've got in there as well. You can do this by using your fork, just to break up those large clumps. Remove any weeds that are going to compete with the plants. And then all you want to do is simply mark out where you want them. So we're going to be planting ours about 3 to 4 inches apart. Like so. And then it's just a case of simply digging them in, adding some more organic matter, be it in the planting hole, compost, or on the surface like we're going to do later with the chicken manure pellets. So then it really is just a case of digging the soil out. Because it's quite hard, I'm going to use the fork to break up the soil at the bottom of the planting hole, just to aid drainage. Fingers over here, give the pot a squeeze. Has a lovely root system on here that's really fibrous. Remove the label for now. Now you don't want it to sit too far below the soil level, because then you're going to start to see it rot. It wants to be just about the same level it was planted in the container. So I'm going to backfill some of this around. That's about the right height now, and then backfill the rest. Put the label back in so I know what it is. And that's really all there is to the planting of them. Now I would recommend fertilising these, especially if the soil in your area is poor. So I've got these chicken manure pellets that I'm just going to scatter around. Before I water in. Then I'm just going to lightly fork them in. Like that. Now when you're watering in, you can either use a watering can with a rose and move up and down the line, or a watering can with just an ordinary spout. Make sure they're watered in really well, particularly if they're in dry weather, which they are at the moment. So that's our chilies planted, ready for this season. This is the first year we've really trialled them fully outside in the normal ground, so it'll be interesting to see how well they perform. To recap, we forked the site over to remove any of the large clumps, weeds and stones. We then dug the planting hole and added any organic matter that we wanted to enrich the soil, so in the case of the planting hole, compost or bone meal, something like that. We then fed on the surface of the plants with organic chicken manure pellets which were forked in, and then we watered the plants in to help break down the chicken manure pellets straight away and to ensure that these plants remain moist during this dry spell. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, subscribe. If you have any questions regarding what we discussed in this week's episode, or you'd like to share what you're doing with your chilies at your vegetable plot this year, comment in the box below and share it with the other viewers. That's all we've got time for in this episode. Join us next time and we'll be focusing on another vegetable.